Lights, cameras, action. Now let's engage in the dialogue. Let me browse through your mind like a catalog. Conscious metaphysics, allow me to break down the specifics. Educate, motivate. If you don't feel free, you can liberate. An LLC is what I'm building, the #1 podcast in the building. So let me slide on up in the Bentley truck in my Versace shirts. They can't get enough of this deep conversation, expansion, elevation. I'll send you a link you can tap in. It ain't quite what I used to do back then. Now I get it on the front and the back end. Multiple money streams keep coming in. Enlightened, empower, evolve. Enlightened, empower, evolve. Just in time. Greetings, everyone. It's Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. I believe everybody's doing well and everything is unfolding perfectly. I'm excited yet again because I have an amazing guest, and you know I love speaking with people, engaging in exciting, positive, enlightening dialogues with individuals from around the world, and today is no exception. I have an amazing guest who is a guest speaker, a talk show host, Bohemian artist soul, creative writer, an advocate for individualism, and a lot more. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Silver T Lyneng. How are you doing today, Silver?
Oh, namaste. Thank you so much. What a grand introduction. Oh, that was nice. That was delicious. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing fabulous. And I like to be transparent with my artists. We had a few technical difficulties getting this started, but I believe, just like what I just said, everything is unfolding perfectly. So, I mean,
absolutely.
Whatever was, we're here. That's the important thing. So I just want to get right into it. First off, where are we speaking from? Where are you? I'm here in California in the US, and it's right outside of San Francisco, about 45 minutes away. Where are you?
Yes, I am in the UK, London. Yeah, West London. West is best.
West is the best. Yes,
yeah,
and I'm in West Coast. Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so you're
I'm a London girl.
London girl. So, and I can tell that in your the way you speak.
My tone? Yeah.
Yes, the accent. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Sometimes I have a loss of words, but you're also a talk show host as well. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? You have your own show. You had mentioned that you do lives. What do you do? What do you talk about?
Well,
how'd that come about?
I have a little baby, and the platform's called Free Flowing Thoughts. It embodies exactly what the name represents.
Right.
I call it my baby because it's still molding and unfolding. Right. I have been on a break from it for the last 3 months because I spent a lot of time doing media in different realms, and it's really key to know when to plug out so that you can replenish and then metamorphosis, should I say. And so I'm on a break. So whilst I'm on a break from being the talk host, I am desiring to be the guest. When I actually came back on my page on IG, I was doing radio before that, and lockdown happened and all this kind of stuff. So I opened the page to do it on. And when I returned back just to listen to some voice messages and from people, it was invitations from people like you. So I was like, okay, time to be the guest and not the host, which is great timing. So thank you for inviting me.
Yes. And that's amazing. So you had mentioned to me that you're not really fond of just really talking on about yourself, but it's hard for me to I don't want to say it's hard. Nothing's hard. It's all in the mind. But
I think you misunderstood that, by the way.
Yes, but I do want to know about you. So what do you what are some of your passions, your goals? And
so when I mentioned a little bit earlier for the viewers' attention about not speaking about certain things, it's definitely not me. You can talk about the soul of me every day, all day, because we can connect like that. But I was speaking in terms of projects that are dormant or on a break, and I thought it'd be best.
No, I want to know who you are here, just here, a little bit.
As a soul, I am a bit of a Bohemian soul. I'm a bit of a barefoot, forest walking fairy,
Right.
tree hugger. I am an adventurous. I am passion. I am poetry. I am love. I can be pain. I am everything that I
Yes.
am has nothing to do with work or handles. That's not who
Right.
I
No,
am.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
That is
But I'm
totally
sharing with you who I am
yes.
when no one's watching,
Right, right.
you
So
know? Mm-hmm.
yeah, so some of
Players.
your poetry that you write, because I'm also a writer, so I can really resonate with that. Is
Mhm.
there a large variation as to what you like to write about, or is it just is there a certain theme that you like to write about, or just whatever
Well,
you're
I
inspired to?
started writing from about 9, and I was just writing. I was using it as a method of just expression and bit of a counselor, should I say? That was my counseling.
Right,
So the writing side of me that is also on a break, and it's no different to I don't know. You may say your favorite artist who hasn't recorded music in 10 years. Maybe they're having a
right,
family or getting married or living normal life. So for me, I go through stages. There's
right,
always a season. So I've been out of season of creating, and it's short stories. It's poet.
right,
You got the poetic side. I'm not a performance poet, but I'm a published poet. But I call myself a creative writer. I don't see myself as a poet. I feel like
right.
that way you limit yourself. I'm a creative writer. I'm an expressionist. That's one of my AKAs. I'm an expressionist. So that can come across as poetic, short stories, quotes, erotic journaling.
Right.
That's the point when I feel inspired to reconnect to that. I can then continue to produce that type of thing. But for now, I'm just I'm just rediscovering new sides of me. I'm in a different season.
Yes, yes, and I like
You
that
know?
because that
It's a
encourages
spiritual
other people.
journey. Yeah.
Yeah, that encourages other people to embrace those. You don't have to be, and I like what you said earlier. You
Mhm.
said who I am doesn't have to do with any titles or any projects that I'm working on.
It
And
has
see,
nothing to do with that.
that's
Yeah.
why, like I was transparent even prior to this. I'm pretty good at adapting, even though that's normally
Mhm.
what I talk about is what people are doing. But now I see, um,
Mhm.
yes, we don't always have to talk about what projects that
Mhm.
someone's working on, and that
Mhm.
does not define who you are,
We can
what
talk
you're
about
doing,
anything, but it doesn't
anything.
define me.
So
Yeah.
that's what we're doing here. So this is what I want to know. Let me ask you. Let's get into this. You have
Okay,
a
let's get into
very
it.
no, you have a very unique style, as I can see. Now,
Okay.
yes, it's unique. No, it's beautiful. I love it. It
Thank
now,
you.
where did you get this style? I mean, is it just something that I mean, you have, just like me, I have a unique style too. I like to wear really,
Yeah, you're flamboyant, right?
yeah, flamboyant. Yes,
Expressive.
I do.
Hmm.
I like to draw, and then I'm gonna be honest with you. And I've said this on a previous a segment that I like to. I'm actually aware that that how my attire is very
Hmm.
flamboyant. It attracts attention, but I have a reason for attracting attention. First of all, I do. I like flamboyant. I'm attracted to flamboyant. Oh yes, I want to put that on something that I don't think everyone else will wear. Yeah, I want to do that.
Come on
But
now, we can go shopping together. You're my kind of dude. Let's do it.
yeah, and on top of that, I like to wear things that people uh I'm a people person, and I'm a
Yeah.
not an introvert, but a, what do you call it, extrovert or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to talk to people, so I like to, I have any reason that people will come up to me, and usually it's because of what I'm wearing and how I'm looking.
Okay.
Then I get into it, and then I share a bit about what I do, and here I give them a card. So I'm my own billboard for myself for what I do.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I
Yes.
love that.
Yes, yes. So, yes, your style. What would you call that style that you have? It's just you.
Oh, mate, I adore wardrobe because I get
Right,
to tell a new story every day if I feel like it. I actually love wardrobe.
right,
I My style is very, I don't know, I guess I can see myself as be, classic funk one day, shabby chic the next. I can be, looking gypsy the other day, but I'm a hat connoisseur, so I mainly wear hats. In fact, I don't have one on today, which is a miracle. This
right,
is all my own hair, yes. Um,
right,
but I'm very eclectic. But most importantly, before I put anything on, I
right,
tend to even unconsciously and sometimes consciously ask myself, what narrative do I want to push today? And usually it's individualism.
Yes, I like that.
So I like, for example, I'm the type of person that would get married either barefoot in a red or black wedding dress with a top hat with a veil, or even with high heel Converse boots. I'm that girl, and you ain't gonna tell me you don't go because I like to mishmash. I like to do vintage with modern. I like to do
Yes.
funk with. Tell me, that's it to me. You don't know God. You get married in a red or black dress. You don't know the Lord.
No, no. If
Yeah,
anyone, and I'm not
yeah.
judging, but if anyone was to speak to me in that or have that type of conversation with me because of what I'm wearing, oh, you don't know God, that would let me know that they're not the right person that I need to be expressing myself to
Talk
anyway.
to me now. Talk to me now. But you know what it is? It's the I don't like traditions. And what made him say that also, because I was saying, well, I wouldn't need to have a bouquet. Why should I? But what mold are we following here? I think
Right,
we're all influenced.
right,
Let's be clear now. When you're in the womb,
right.
you're solely influenced by spirit. You're solely
Yes,
influenced by what your mother eats, by the vibration and the frequency that she goes through. Yeah,
right, right, right,
purely, purely. And then
right.
whether you cut the umbilical or not, you're still vibrating. Then you come out into this universe, TV, media, teachers, neighbors, parents, brothers. You are influenced to be everything but yourself. So what
Exactly.
I'm doing is, over the years, I'm unknitting all that bull crap, and I'm going back to what I was meant to be from the womb, and here I am.
Right. And it's as I can see, it's fabulous. I even
Thank
what
you.
attracted me to you in the first place was your look. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to be honest.
Right,
And I
people say,
saw
yeah,
the picture of
fine.
you, you have the rings around your neck, and I'm like, wow, that's absolutely
I wonder which one was. I have a lot of jewelry. I don't know.
I have a lot of jewelry too, as well. I
Yeah,
love jewelry. I
the
have
rings
this,
around my neck. Oh, I wonder what
this
that was. Okay.
yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's
So I
nice.
love jewelry myself. I usually wear lots of chains and I have many watches and
Mm-hmm.
yes, I
Oh,
love that too.
you're also tatted. I have a lot of tattoos as well. So
Yeah, I have
we have a lot
tattoos
in
as
common,
well.
don't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, I have them on my arms and yeah, they're
Yeah.
in there. They're in there.
Oh, we have a lot in common.
Oh
But
yes.
yeah,
That's
I'm just
that's why
expressionist.
I
I'm
was
just
attracted drawn to your profile and I was like, man, I want to talk to her and I don't even have to know why. And see that
yeah.
that was probably confusing to you like, okay, you want me on my show, but what do we talk
Actually,
about?
no,
Now,
no. Let me say, Luke, there's no confusion because I put myself out there in the universe to have these type of interactions, either as a guest or
right,
as a host or even as networking.
right,
That was that. So I'm glad you actually felt that frequency and you came. There was no confusion. It was actually refreshing.
right,
It's really
right.
nice. Yeah.
No, yeah, I believe in everything unfolding perfectly. And just like here, I
Mm-hmm.
said, let's just have a conversation. So I had to get out of my own way, um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to say, okay, we're not here to talk about whatever project she's working on or whatever she's doing. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to just to have a conversation. So we're getting to know each other right here,
Oh
um,
yeah, let's do it.
a bit. And, you know, it just happened to be recorded. Like, I'll tell you a bit about myself while we're
Go for it.
here.
I'd love to hear it.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I create hip hop music, and I want you to hear some of it
Ooh,
when, and I'll send you a few links
I
later.
would love it.
Yeah, I create hip hop music, and I used to create more secular, more I would say more on a negative vibration. But now I create hip hop music that's intended intentionally like positive affirmations, but it's in my hip hop music.
Oh,
And sometimes
okay.
I ride the line a little bit so that I could try to really reach the youth. So
Mm-hmm.
unless you really some of my songs, unless you really listen to it, you wait a minute, this guy's not saying anything destructive here. He's not
So
saying
let me
anything.
get it right. Let me get it
Yeah,
right. So you produce as well the production, or is it just lyrical? And you the artist behind your production as
right.
well?
Yes, yes. And then
Right.
I could yeah.
Okay.
So I write and I record. And
Are you any
uh
good?
well, you gotta hear it. I guess
No.
good as
Are
perspective,
you
but
any
yes,
good?
I think I'm great.
Okay, own
Yes,
that.
right. I think I'm actually absolutely great, and not
Good.
even based on the feedback that I get, but just me. And I'll share with you. No matter if one person or a million people listens to it and gives me feedback, I'm gonna keep doing it because it's who I am, and it completes me. Like I love creating. I love creating
Oh,
music
me
and
too.
writing the
I love
lyrics, the
it.
whole process, shutting
Mm.
myself in the room and doing writing and then recording. I love just doing
Mhm.
that. It's therapeutic for me.
I
So
used to
why,
do all that as a
yeah,
youngster,
why
so
would I
I
stop that?
totally dig
Like,
it.
yeah, people say, do you still do music? No, I don't do music per se. I am music. I create music. This is who I am. So I'll be 70 years old and I'll still do it. 80 years old, I'll still do it. You know?
Do you know the truth? You probably not quite know that. And the reason why I say that to you, I've been writing from so young that I would have never been able to predict that there'd be like maybe a 2 or 3 year gap where I didn't want to write. In my
Right.
head, it does, but what I realize is sometimes we become attached to the calling.
Right. Exactly.
It's a tricky one. We become attached to
To the
what God has
calling. Right.
and
Attached.
sometimes that calling needs a detachment in order to grow and excel in that gift.
Yes. You're speaking
And
my
that's where
language
I'm at
because,
now. I'm
yeah.
at all my kind of bits is like I've left it dormant for a reason so that I'm growing as a spirit. I want to
Right.
use this summer to cultivate and plant food, and I'm in a whole different headspace. That's
No,
bound to like inspire my soul.
no, I get it. And
You know.
you help to remind me, even
Mhm.
when I get caught up in structure, the way I structured this podcast per se, there's no
Uh,
attachment. There's no attachment. And I pride myself on putting that out there. No
mm,
attachment, no expectation. Um,
mm,
I am not a title. I just am. And that's it. So, and I
mm.
really believe that. So you help me. You were meant to come on this, on here and talk
Oh,
to me because even
oh,
that right there,
oh.
just to remind me,
Mm.
I'm telling you what you did for me at the beginning of the
Thank
show when I
you. I
start
love
to
that. I love
the
that.
line of questioning in regards to what you do. And you let me know real quick. Yes, I do things, but that's not who I am. And that's not, we don't, that's not titles and this and projects and goals are not
We
me,
talk about it
you know?
all, but when you say who am I, people
Right,
are always like, huh? Because
right,
what it is,
right,
when I
right.
do my shows, if you don't mind me sharing this a little bit with you,
No, go.
when I'm
Yes,
doing, yeah,
let's do it.
when I'm doing my shows, the first thing I say is like, I mix it up, but I ask like, who are you when no one's watching? They're like, well, me. Okay, cool. So who is I me? What do I look
Right,
like? Okay, well, I'm a wife. I'm 3 bachelor's
right.
degrees. That's fantastic. What do you husband leave you tomorrow?
What
Not
did you
that,
say?
but I'm just giving an example. What would you be then? What happens when there are parents that sadly lost their children? There are, fathers who's lost their wife. What
Right,
happens if you place who you are with
right,
another being or handles? I mean, what
right,
happens when it gets so for me, I have learned greatly that there's nothing that I do in my professional life or being a mother or a lover or whatever it is, a creator. Of course, I would say that as artistic people, you and I, we
right,
can say that is a part of who we are because it's coming from an artistic spirit.
right,
It's so deep. So you can say, actually, as a musician, not the actual like wanna be, but it's for soul things. That's a part of who you are.
right. It's a
Yeah.
part of who you are. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's not
But
who you
everything
are.
else, I don't care if you are working for the top, whatever. Is that who you are? Is that what you do? There's a fine, the thick line. Because
Thick
after
line.
this, I'm gonna take all this off, and I'm gonna be left back to being a soul with all the clothes off, all the embellishments, and
Right.
then who am I?
Exactly.
You
Wow.
might see
See?
me with two. You're gonna see me with two pigtails, out in the garden, walking barefoot like a bush girl. Yeah,
Right.
watering flowers,
Yes.
and guess what? With a onesie on in the middle of the night.
Yes. And what that speaks to me is that no, no, no. You when you have conversations like this, you're just going to keep on inspiring each other. And what that tells me is
Love it.
that
Yeah.
you cannot put me in a box. There's different dimensions, like you said. Sometimes you'll see me here, and just like this, you'll see me with this. Sometimes dressed like this, and then other times I'll be in just a regular t-shirt, just depending on how I feel and want to
Mm,
project or present myself or what I feel at that moment. Just like what you said,
yeah.
when I
Mm-hmm.
feel like being in my flamboyant state, then I
Mm-hmm.
will get extravagant and put a lot of jewelry on,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of shine with diamonds and all that. But when I want to just put on some sunglasses, a hat, a t-shirt and
Mhm.
some sweatpants, that's exactly what I'll do too. I'm not,
Oh,
multi
you're like me. You switch
layers
it
and
up.
dimension.
You switch it
Yes.
up. So
Yeah.
you're not like myself. I would say for you and I, if I can say so, especially
Yes.
for myself, that my external image is just an extension of my creative embellishment.
Yes. An
It's an
expression. Yeah.
extension of whether I'm feeling spirit, whether I'm feeling rebellion, whether I'm feeling. It's just an extension of. It's almost like being mute, but it's transmuting a message in itself.
Right.
And
This is
every
a
day can be different, you know.
this
But
is
I'm
amazing.
yeah. So that's how me and you flow clearly.
This is amazing because what this the narrative, and I don't want to put a title again, but I do this. Um,
You are allowed to put a title. You can say tomorrow
yeah,
morning, you know
yeah,
what?
I do this
Yeah.
for this particular social media thing, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that people can grasp, because everybody's not going to just understand flow, which that is my narrative. But what I'm
That's not
saying is that
AKA free flowing
what
thoughts. So
what I'm saying is that this has turned into embrace the message. If I was to get
yeah,
out of this, embrace who you are. Don't think that you are one thing versus a next. You know, don't attach. And I don't want to just talk about don't, but
that's what we all do in well, not I'm not say all, a lot of us do.
right,
That's why I said on my bio that I'm an advocate of individualism. I embody it and I will always embody it.
right.
You know,
That's amazing.
and I think that if someone wants to be attached, fine, but you know what happens, like what happens if that's, you know, it's just a case of, this is a new thing that I've been hearing, or a new theory to me that I've been hearing all over media, where it says especially the Buddhist kind of energy,
Right.
and it says open to everything, attached to nothing. I'm like, whoa,
Yes. Yes. I love that. Open to
whoa. So
everything,
I'm
attached to
trying
nothing.
to, yeah, I'm on a journey that is so amazing how I feel in this moment, because on the other side, I don't feel amazing. But when I tap into this spirit, that's not about the worldly stresses and demands.
Right.
I'm high on spirit.
Right. Oh, that's
High
amazing.
on, you know what? Let me I spent like 20 years how, building this. No, let's unknit it. What does it look like to actually release and relinquish all of this?
Right. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
It's like a
Yes,
rebirth. Allow ourselves to have a rebirth.
yes.
When you get that epiphany, just go for it.
Right. No, that I totally agree. I totally resonate with what
I've
you're
got a little
saying.
deep with you today. Sorry.
No, no, no. It's making me feel like closing my eyes and listening to you for the
Yeah.
remainder of the show, because I really am dialed into the way
Mm,
that you're expressing yourself, how you're
yeah.
articulating, and it
Mm,
feels good, and it resonates with me. That's all I can say. So if you're saying something
yeah.
that's not resonating with me, I can still, just like there's a quote from Bruce Lee. It says,
Ooh.
um, I don't know exactly what it says, but it says
Mm-hmm.
basically be open to everything, and you can absorb what you feel is useful and discard what you think is not. So
Come
that
on
means
now.
yes. And
Mm-hmm.
in this moment, I'm absorbing because I haven't heard anything yet that I feel should be discarded. I'm just being honest.
But that's the wonderful thing, because we're both, and this for me is, everyone has value in their
Right.
own right. I could have come in here and spoke about, oh, I want to write another this or put out a book, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But for me, I get more joy speaking about soul and spirit and having soul talk with Silver, as one of my AKAs.
Right.
I enjoy it all, but I enjoy most unlayering people as they unlayer me like an onion, with or
Right.
without the tears. I'm for it.
I like that. Now, speaking of Silver, can I ask you about that name? Is that the name you were
Sure.
given, or a name that you created yourself?
Well, actually, it was named wasn't given to me at birth. It was a name that came to me through
Right.
my rebirth.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
a rebirth from like 20, and I made a whole official and legal transition. So I see that as my ancestral name. Absolutely.
Oh, that's amazing. And I'll give you a little feedback on the name.
Basically, sorry to say, but I gave the slave master back what was given to me, and I'm good
Right.
now.
No, I understand, because when we were to tap into that, my last name Smith, of course, that's not a name that has come from my people. That Smith last name has came, from people that families that owned my people. So that's yes,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah. So Brian Smith, that's my government, I say government name. But the Lute, I thought it was important to keep that. Now that's the name that I went by. I got when I was probably about 14, 15 years old.
So do
Friends
you use
start
it as a
calling.
nickname, or have you
There
embodied
was
it
my
like
nickname Lute.
officially? Okay.
It was
Okay.
nickname Lute. People would call me that, friends around me, because they always witnessed me working and being like a little entrepreneur. So they start calling me Lute
Oh, Luke. Yeah,
in
the money.
connection with
Yeah.
money. Like, oh, there goes Lute again, doing his jobs, whatever I could create to do to serve, create a service and get paid for it. So I
Okay.
thought that name was important for me to carry it on, and also the way I look at it now is the definition of loot is basically to pillage and steal. Okay. Now look, you'll see where I'm going with this. I feel like I incorporate that with me because I feel like I'm taking knowledge uh from people that have it or people that have taken it from me, um and giving it to those that aren't aware of it. So I am like sort of like a Robin Hood. That's
Oh,
how
I
I
love
that's
it.
what I pride
I love
myself on.
it.
So I keep that loot and I embrace it. Like, oh, I've had people tell me, oh, loot means to rob and steal. Yeah, I do know. And I do. I take knowledge.
Cool.
I take it.
So you've really you've thought about it and you embody it. There's nothing wrong.
Yes.
I actually feel like, I know that right now a lot of people are into the, Afrocentrism, and it's beautiful. And some
Right.
of them has a lot of people has gone and got their DNA, etc., for an example, and changed their name. That's whatever journey you have. For me,
Right.
I didn't really, everyone comes about their thing differently. I was like about not even 20, I think probably 20, and I had this spiritual awakening and I made a transition with it all.
Right. That's amazing. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. So I enjoyed so much speaking with you today and
Mm-hmm.
just going with the flow and having a conversation. And that's exactly what it was and is. And it's just amazing that um,
Mm-hmm.
I love just learning, and I love for someone to shake me
Mm-hmm.
up and get me off of my, I don't know, just I had an intention just to in regards to speaking with you, just to question you about,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, what you do and that's what I'm used to doing. But you took me off of that, and that's a good thing because it
Oh,
helps to
I'm so
prepare.
glad you think it's a good thing. I'm so glad.
No, it's a good thing because it'll
I'm really
prepare
glad you
me
feel that
for,
way.
to get out of my structure, and I pride
Oh, I
myself on
love
not being
it.
structured, but within my not
Mm.
being structured, I was structured. Like I thought I was going to
Oh.
just talk to you about some projects you were working on. And no, we don't have to do that. I
Mm.
enjoy just speaking with you, and it's
Mhm.
amazing. So
Mhm.
before we conclude this segment, how,
Mhm.
can is there any way people can find you? Like, I mean, when you do your lives, or I know
Mhm.
you have a pause on that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it can
So,
even be.
sure. First of all, I'd love to capitalize a little bit on the last thing you just said about speaking about projects. What we need to realize is I spoke to you about the biggest, massive, greatest project, which is me.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah,
You're
see?
going through another metamorphosis. It's amazing. It doesn't compare to anything else that I've done. Because, so actually, it's been great. In that case, we spoke about the project of me. Um, but
Yes,
yeah,
you're right.
yeah. So I am the
Because
project at the
let me
moment,
interject really quick. The
hmm
project I was speaking on is like an external
I know what you mean.
material
Yeah.
project. And you're
Mhm.
right. The greatest project we have is ourselves. That so we did speak about a project. And thank you for I stand corrected. We did speak about a project, the best project at all, the most exciting project that I can ever imagine.
Absolutely.
So
hmm
even though I pride myself of no expectation or whatever, this far exceeded even what I thought. Just
I'm
talking
so glad you feel that way.
about you. No, I really do. And I'm not just
I'm
saying this.
really
I
glad
really
you
do.
feel
I'm
that
like,
way.
wow, I love it. I just love I love it. I love it.
You're very
It's
you're
amazing.
very soulful and spiritual beings. I can feel that. I can actually sense that frequency moving through you. So I'm really glad
Yes.
you feel that way.
Can you feel it?
Yeah, I have my own little gifts. We can talk about that on another show.
No, because I feel it. I feel like
I can feel it.
a high, like
I feel like it's spiritually orgasmic, if I'm allowed to say that. It's spiritually orgasmic.
there.
And I feel like
See,
you've had that
now
experience. And
now
it's
you're
okay for
scaring
us
me.
to say that. Yeah.
Now you're scaring me.
We're gonna have another talk another time. But people can find me right now
Now
on
you're scaring me
IG.
because I do feel that. Yeah, we'll talk another time about
No,
that.
my
But I
bad.
feel that,
Say it.
like,
Say it. All right.
like I don't know. I don't like to use the word I don't know, but it's just I feel great right now. I feel really
Yeah.
good.
We're allowed to say spiritually orgasmic. We are allowed to say
Yeah, we're
spiritually
allowed to say
euphoric.
that.
It's a
We're
bit
not.
like it's almost yeah. And that's
Yeah,
what that's the experience. So
there's no restriction. I don't believe in that. I don't
I'm
believe.
really
No.
glad I could help, transmute that, and we shared that and had that exchange. I'm really grateful. Yeah.
Yes, growth. That's what I pride myself on, is growing and
Mm.
expanding and getting out of my comfort zones. And that's what I said that, oh, man, I enjoy so much. And I'm so thankful that I got a
Ditto.
chance to experience and um, speaking with you and just sharing energy with you. Amazing. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much. Before I go, this, as you said, where people can find me would be
Yes.
let's start with IG. Let's keep it basic. IG, and that is free flowing thoughts underscore. Free flowing thoughts underscore. Yeah.
Okay. Free flowing thoughts underscore. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I will make sure that I also add that link in the description.
Thanks very much. It's been
Yes.
delicious.
Yes. Thank you very much, Silver. I appreciate you again. And I forgot
Thank
to say
you.
this, that I
Mm-hmm.
believe time is one of our most precious assets, if not the most precious assets. And for you to share a moment in time in your history here with
Mm-hmm.
me, I just have to extend my sincerest gratitude to you. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
namaste. Thank you very much. Right back at you. It's been
Yes.
delicious.
And
Thank you.
yes, thank you everyone for watching and or listening. Be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, and check out the Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved website. And that's 333 Empower, 333 EMPOWER.com. Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. Thank you. See you soon. Love and appreciation to everyone.